Okay, Josh Moore. This is our first encounter as you as the head coach at Cleveland State. First things first, congratulations.
Thank
New
you,
era. I'm excited.
Me too, man. Me too.
Green. I like the new green team, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about recruiting right out of the gate, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest surprise performers in March last year, Evan Cheek, one-time state champ. A guy you were in with when you went from Kent State to Cleveland State. A guy you've really been able to build off of. What do you think, recruiting-wise, you guys are looking for to build off a guy like that?
I think Evan, coming out of high school, he talked to a lot of his coaches, and I was actually at Kent, but I recruited him a little bit, and he went to Cleveland State, and then I ended up there. But he was talked to his coaches. He was very aggressive wrestler, very mean, and he came from a small school, Milan Edison D3 school, which sometimes coaches overlook those D3 guys. And I think for us, we need to really look more into the D3 guys, look for guys like Evan Cheek, Brady Barnett right now, Dylan Burns, building the pipeline to some of these D3 schools that are sometimes overlooked, and picking out the better guys and getting to come to Cleveland State.
You know, you've always wrestled with a chip on your shoulder. Your brother's the same way. You guys are always just like gunslingers, but like always something to prove, right?
Yeah.
You never won a Pennsylvania State title. I don't think your brother ever won a Pennsylvania State title, but you know, look, you're in NCAA finals, multiple-time All-American. Same with your brother. You know, you guys lead the country in pins. Mm-hmm. How do you take that attitude and how do you breathe it into Cleveland State wrestling?
I think first and foremost, you mentioned that you have to recruit those kids. So you watch those kids compete. You can see what type of energy and what type of attitude they bring to the mat when they walk out there. You know, sometimes it's not easy to teach kids to be mean and aggressive. So if you can recruit a kid that has that in his blood, has that running through his body, makes it a little bit easier when you get them to college. And then the other part is, you know, you want to get kids that love the sport, obviously, just like any coach. Love the sport, love to be in the practice room, and you can see those guys in the practice room competing and not giving up points, and they're the guys pushing guys around and trying to break guys in the room every single day. So you know, you can instill that in your guys by the way you run practice and what you tell them to do, but a lot of the times that comes with them as a recruit, getting them into your room.
What Scott's done, your twin brother at Lock Haven, is amazing. The rise, you know, he's got guys to buy in.
Yep.
How do you get buy-in like that? How do you get guys to just pin their ears back and just do what the Moore brothers do and just wrestle like you guys, live like you guys? How do you do that? How do you culture change? What do you do, you know, in your first year? How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think early on for us, we're trying to make sure our guys are having fun, getting along, being good teammates, supporting each other. Just the small, simple things that are easy to take care of right off the get-go. And our guys are bought in. They come to practice excited, energized. They work hard. We rarely have to yell at them and you know, demand things out of them. They come ready to work, and that's been a very good starting for me. Just having guys that want to be there and are excited about being there.
Has life changed for you much from assistant coach to head coach? As much changed for Josh Moore?
I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, you know, I'm still doing the same thing, still recruiting, still doing a lot of the same things. You know, now for me, I want to develop our vision for Cleveland State and what I think we can be in 3 years, 5 years, 7 years down the road. So before, as an assistant coach, I'm more of a, you know, working out with guys, recruiting guys, training guys. But now I'm being the head coach. I want to create a vision of what we want to accomplish and how we're going to get there. And you know, obviously that takes a lot of work, and I'm still, you know, developing those skills and that vision. But to start off, I mean, we're trying to get out in the community more. We're trying to get more of our alumni involved. We're trying to create more support around the community, and that's a big start for us.
So Fred goes to Binghamton.
Correct.
Coach Garcia goes to Binghamton, and then you bring Boomer in, right?
Yep.
What's it like? What's your relationship been like with Boomer so far? He's a Cleveland guy, Northeast Ohio guy. He was at Buffalo, and now comes back to you. What's it like bringing him as assistant?
It's been great. I didn't really know him too well. I mean, obviously I knew he was at Bloomsburg, was at Buffalo. He did a good job with some of their lightweights up there. Knew he was from Cleveland, and for me, I think for us and us to build a good program, we want to get Cleveland guys. We want to get Northeast Ohio, the best guys from Northeast Ohio that we can get, and that's kind of what we've been focusing on as far as recruiting over the past 3 to 4 months, just getting guys within an hour, 2 hour radius to build that family-like atmosphere. But he has a lot of connections in Cleveland. He's obviously from here, wrestled here, so that definitely helped, you know, bringing in a guy from the area that can get right after it and start talking to people right off the get-go. But he's been a good compliment to me as far as coming in, being organized, helping out with our fundraisers, helping out with community service stuff, and has let me do a lot of the, getting outside the room and talking to donors and alumni. So so far we're working out great together, and I'm excited that we ended up getting him here at Cleveland State.
I am been waiting for the Western and Central PA line. I've been waiting. You had it at Kent State. When do you think you're really gonna just land that first big PA recruit for you? Because I've been waiting, and that's where you're from. You're from Western
Right.
PA, and everybody knows that's the best wrestling in the country. We all know that. I know you're Lehigh Valley. People are gonna argue, but Western PA that's where it's
Right.
at,
Yeah.
right? The Whitfield,
Yeah.
and then Central PA. Nick Badlano's one of your guys, but I look at that. When do you think you're going to be really able to get into PA and start getting PA guys?
I know
you got some, but
well, right now we only have one, so we're working on. We've had probably 5 or 6 kids up from Pennsylvania, but right now I think we're in the stages of where we still have to prove ourselves to some of those PA kids. So they're looking at some other schools, and they'll come up on visits, which is good. But I think, just like my brother did at Lock Haven, until you have that first guy get on the podium, until you prove that you're a top 20 team, you can talk about it all day, but until you get it done, some people are still skeptical of what you're talking about. So for us, once Evan Cheek and some of these guys we have on our team take that next step and get on the podium, it's always going to be a battle to get some PA kids, but we're going to keep pushing for it. Like I said, they're within our 2-hour radius. We can hit Erie, we can hit Pittsburgh, we can get into Central PA a little bit. So that's kind of our target area, but it's still work in progress.
Hammer Camp, this camp, you got arguably a bunch of top 100 recruits. I mean, we're talking 30, 40 top 100. It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
When you get here, can you get a foot in the door? Can you talk to most of these kids? Do you feel like you guys got a chance to get 5 or 10 guys from this camp?
I think you always have a chance. I think for us, it's, again, getting out there, and there's still a lot of, like I said, there's still a lot of people that may be skeptical of Cleveland State, and for the most part, we love to get kids on campus, get kids in our city, just to see everything that's going on, and that's the biggest message we're trying to get out there, even to the Cleveland community that maybe lives 15, 20 minutes outside of Cleveland, but haven't been on campus yet. So our goal is to get kids on campus, show them what we're doing, show them all the great things Cleveland State has to offer, and then like anything else, it's their decision. But we want to make them feel like it's home for them. They have the resources, they have the coaching staff, they have everything they need to be successful, and that's kind of been our goal.
Have you ever seen a group of kids at a camp like this? This good, this deep of a camp? You ever seen anything like it?
Never.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah,
you come from the hotbed of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So you were in a club, you wrestled in a club, you have your brother, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's incredible to see clubs come together like this.
Yeah.
What do you guys, how does Cleveland State benefit from this?
I think it's important to be here, obviously. Not every kid's going to know who we are as coaches, but again, just being here, and if we have, like you said, 5 or 10 kids that will visit our school and give us an opportunity to show them how we can help them become an All-American and graduate with a good degree and send them out in the community with, good work skills, I think we have a chance. But, there's a lot of kids from other states as well, which we haven't really started looking at, kids from Minnesota and other states as much.
Iowa, Illinois, in Oklahoma. There's Oklahoma kids here.
But, love to build a program with mostly kids from Ohio, some kids from PA, but never against getting great kids from other states as well. And if you're looking for a great kid, this camp definitely has kids from everywhere, and it's amazing. These combines have grown a lot in the last couple years, and it's awesome for these kids, but awesome for the coaches as well.